Welcome to Speaking Of, I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
And here we are again to delight and amuse you with tales of
Or
our
you
tales.
can choose your own two adjectives or verbs.
Please don't.
Are they adjectives or verbs? You know what? I grew up with an English teacher, Mother, and I've lost all of it. I have no idea.
That's alright, it's all good.
Put them in the comments.
Tell us what they are. I don't.
Sure.
The dementia is setting in.
Mad cow.
Mad cow is catchy.
The mad cow is catching on.
Anyway.
Alright, let's jump into a viewer of the week.
This week's viewer of the week is one Mackenzie Farron. Who
I know Mackenzie. Have I met Mackenzie?
No.
She's not one of our movie stalkers?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, alright.
Remember that time when Jared thought he knew everyone, but yet he doesn't? Anyway,
My
Mackenzie
world.
Farron does enjoy binge watching us. So,
Okay.
yes.
That's good.
So, congratulations, Mackenzie. I hope that you feel...
Do the people know when she's binge watching? Like, does she laugh so loud that people are like, oh,
I don't
she's
know.
binge watching Speaking Of?
We should ask her neighbors. I bet it's not like when my dad binge watches and everyone in the house is like, oh, we know what's going on down there. So, congratulations, Mackenzie, on your 15 seconds of fame.
We really need to hit your sister up. Speaking of your dad, to, like, record him, like,
Yeah.
sneakily and stealthily?
Stealthily?
I'm inventing words again this week.
Again, speaking of, where we know words. Yes,
or we
should
make them up.
We should get a hidden camera on him watching.
That would be hilarious.
It would be.
Don't you think?
We actually should have him do some commentary.
And we need to do a cooking segment with him. Okay, once again, we're having a live on-air production meeting.
Producer, write that down.
Because that's what we like to do.
It's true.
While we think out loud.
It's warm in PDJ today.
It really is. And let me tell you, menopause, the struggle is real.
So is the smell. I'm just
Gee,
throwing
thanks.
that out there.
Smell-o-vision.
Because believe me.
Holy
Anyway,
cow today. Anyway.
so you have a story.
Oh, I'm leading off today?
I have a story, but
No, I have a story. I didn't know, because lately I feel like I'm hogging camera time, but that's fine.
yeah, that's new.
I'll
huh?
hog away. So,
As you do.
during my recent adventure that I had last month,
Scooter's trying to help us out and producers.
I know, and he's shutting it down, but that's all right. It's all good.
Thanks, Scooter.
He's like, let me help the old people,
it's
please.
the thought that counts. Anyway, carry on.
So, I flew into the Orlando airport.
Well, your arms must be tired.
Boy, howdy! They can't all be winners, folks. Anyway.
Thank you, Barbara, for that.
That's right. Now I'll have to remember to tag Barbara. Anyway.
Producer, write that down. This is fun.
So, we're always fun. So, flew into Orlando. It was coming in from a red eye, and I don't know how this ended up, but it was truly the creepiest situation I've ever had in my life.
Whoa.
No, this is pretty close.
Okay, close, not
Close,
est.
not
close,
est, but
because
close.
I've heard some pretty creepy stories.
So, pick up my luggage and, like, everything's fine. And you gotta remember, the
luggage starts
Orlando
meowing.
airport, if you've ever been there, is a pretty bustling place.
It is.
You know? So I get out to the curb. Nobody's out there.
That happens.
Nobody's out there. So I get up, you know, I call the hotel, you know, please send the shuttle.
Someone, anyone.
Please. So I'm sitting there, they're like, okay, the shuttle will be there, you know, in XYZ amount of time. So I'm sitting there by myself. Shuttle's not coming. Call again.
Is this like that time we went to New York and we sat in the wrong place for 3 hours?
No. No, I was in the right place.
And they sent the shuttle 5 times?
So can you please send the shuttle? Oh, yeah, sorry, you know, we forgot, blah, blah, blah. That's all right, it's 5:30 in the morning. I can sleep on this bench. So get off the phone.
And he gets arrested.
And I turn around, and there's this guy just leaning on the pole behind me, and I visibly jump. And he says to me, don't worry, I'm not here to murder you.
Did he tell you who he was there to murder?
No! I was just relieved, because my response was, well, thankfully so, because I guess I would have been murdered by now.
Don't worry, I'm not here to murder you.
I'm not here to murder you.
We should start telling people that.
We should have cards that we hand.
Yeah, like, it's okay.
Wait, I'm not
It's
here to
okay.
murder you.
We're not here to murder you. It's all in the tone.
It was hilarious. In fact, I can't believe I have waited this long to tell you that story.
Me too. I'm a little offended.
To do. Well, some of it I had to save for the show. Anyway.
And there you go, folks.
can
Y'all are more
Block
important
that
than
off
me.
the docket. Come on, don't you have a speaking of homicide, some kind of segue?
Well, I'm trying to think of a speaking of murder that is not incriminating. Because obviously, a good stalker never tells.
Right.
Speaking of stalkers, however, I did get a stalker note left at my house with
Oh.
a self-portrait, which kind of defeats the purpose of being a
Actually,
secret
we would
stalker.
totally do that,
We
but
kind of would do that, actually, right? It made me miss it. We need to... In fact, that actually...
That's right. Well, we talked about that last week, didn't we?
Speaking of stalkers and notes. So, I was at a wedding reception recently for my niece, who decided to be a grown-up, whatever. Anyway, so at this reception, I run into my other nephew's friend, Isaac. He shows up, and my nephew, Nathan, his friend, has already left. So Isaac's bent out of shape, and I said, you know what you need to do? So
He's a wedding crasher.
I know, right? So keep in mind, Isaac's there with his parents. He's standing there
Right.
with his parents, and I'm saying to him, listen, you should write him a nasty note. And if you need some cutout letters to do it with, let me just grab my purse. You should always be prepared. And then his dad is like...
She's not joking.
His dad's like, she means like a serial killer note. And I'm like, it's not just serial killers, dude. It's equal opportunity. Anybody can send a stalker letter. Anyone. So, yeah.
Okay, well... Speaking of stalker letters and going back to the airport, because I have another airport story.
Is it a stalker airport story?
Kind of. I actually do have a stalker
Because
airport
otherwise,
story.
speaking of stalkers and airports is not a thing.
It does go into that.
All
So I have friends now that are flying.
I have
friends now.
Whatever.
Kate didn't count.
You and your fan club, as if.
So that they fly the friendly skies, and I kind of know.
They don't fly the unfriendly skies.
They don't.
Which, by the way, I have to interject with... Scooter and I went and saw Zootopia, and he pointed out the part where, I can't remember who it was that they're talking about, but the guy's like, he is the opposite of friendly. He is unfriendly.
Wow.
Carry on.
Wow.
I know.
So,
Move along.
anyway, so I know where these people, and I know they're coming and going, and I kind of know, what areas they're going to be in. So I was waiting for a flight to go out, and I see my friend Amanda come off the plane.
Amanda.
But she was like on the other side of like the plexiglass thing. And so I'm like, Amanda! And she totally doesn't hear me. So in my head I'm thinking...
Which is kind of surprising considering that it's
Considering
Jane.
it's me, right?
I mean, plexiglass is
So,
like a napkin.
in some ways, it's like, we're like this Hallmark movie that I'm like screaming and trying to get her attention.
I kinda wish I
Amanda,
could
like,
see it.
our long lost love or whatever, which people at training would probably say is not far from the case. We were a little codependent, apparently. So, in the process of all that, I have all my stuff in my little bin, and I pick up my little bin, and what did I lose? Who wants to guess?
Your mind!
Not quite. I did lose my belt, however.
And how did that
So-
impact the rest of your outfit?
It impacted a lot. My pants were sagging. I don't want to be looking like no teenager.
Tear. I feel so bad for you.
So then, though, I went back for it. And I was kind of surprised that TSA wasn't a little bit more on their game. I'm not going to lie.
Why? What do you mean? Did they even
So,
notice
like,
that it was just
they didn't
sitting
even
there?
know. So it was sitting there, and it was past, like, the security line, and I was trying to get this lady. People are not good Samaritans anymore, FYI.
Anymore.
I'm like,
Maybe
there's my
it's
belt.
just
Can you
you.
pick up my belt? No. So, like, I totally walk around TSA waiting for them to say, no, sir, and be body slammed on the ground and totally ready with that's my belt!
They only care
We got
about that
nothing.
one entry point.
I guess
After
so.
that, it's a free-for-all. It doesn't matter. I was behind a guy once that he was impatient for the stuff to come out, so he, like, I don't think you're supposed to reach in.
I've been yelled at for doing that.
So he, like, full-on is just pulling stuff out, and I was like, dude, I guess you're late, but that's a personal problem. you're going to get arrested, and then you're going to be really late.
Right. No, I've been yelled at that.
Yeah.
For
that's what I
doing
thought.
that, yeah. So anyway,
Well,
speaking of belts,
speaking of belts, we have a special guest today.
woohoo! It's not just
Entree.
Kate and
Come
Jared.
on in.
So we're gonna have the gopher bring in a chair.
Scooter, bring
The
his chair.
concierge.
And while he's doing that,
We're gonna set up some visual props.
producer, let us know if
Are
you
we
can see
are we
that.
all in shot?
We're doing some last-minute finagling.
Here, we'll scoot over
Here
so you
are-
don't feel like totally.
Oh, that's
Oh,
probably
yeah.
high, isn't
Probably
it?
too high.
It's okay.
I'll just.
For you. Let's put it in front of Jared then. There, it's
There we go.
fine.
It's great.
This is Justin.
Justin, welcome to Speaking Of.
Thank you.
How are you doing today?
Great.
Good.
Justin sells belts.
Railtech
Now-
belts specifically.
People's pants up.
Okay, now here's the thing. I did some research beforehand, okay? Because Jared made the comment that he had asked for some belt puns. And I was like,
I
that's
did.
a great idea. So I went online and I looked for some belt puns. And most of them said not safe for work. So I decided maybe that wasn't the route to go. So then I came up with a list of questions about belts. And I have this whole long list here, and Jared told me that none of these were appropriate either. So
I have to watch her.
now I have a list of
Do you have
uses
some belt
for
questions?
belts. So what I'm going to do here is, as we talk about the belts, if I find an opportunity to ask you whether or not these belts can be used for these things,
Perfect.
right?
We'll
Okay.
Just
Put
interject
it
that.
in.
Yeah.
All right.
So
All right.
tell
so,
us what makes
yes.
these belts so special.
So,
So we're
How
looking
are
at
they
these
at
ones,
Whitney?
right?
so Railtech belts. It's a unique.
Here, I'll be your Vanna.
Yeah.
Oh
Vanna,
my.
please. Show it off well.
That's right.
It's a unique men's leather belt that doesn't have any holes in it.
No
And
holes.
no holes in the leather. You can see there's no holes here.
So even if your
Right.
story has holes, your belt won't.
Yeah, no holes. And so I'm going to pull out one of these real quick so you can
Excellent.
kind of see.
Now, I
I'll
have
just
to
put this on the
admit,
table
when
here.
I met Justin, I bought a belt for the hubs, and because it was a gift, well, as you can imagine, he has not yet used it. Shocker.
It's all right. We do have testimonials though
That's
from
true.
people that have
Uh-oh.
used them. No, they're good.
They're good.
That's good. That's good.
Yes.
So no holes in the leather. It gives you a nice, clean look. But on the back side, you've got this rail.
Oh,
And
there's the rail.
Thus Railtech belt's
Right.
the name. These
Nice.
teeth are a 1/4 inch apart.
So are Jared's.
Nice.
The real ones. That's why no one knows.
Nice.
The rest are all fake.
Just like Jared. Sorry, carry on.
Anyway.
So these 1/4 inch apart. Normal belt holes are about 1 inch apart.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So sometimes it's too tight, the other one's too loose.
it's kind of
kinda
like
sagging.
the difference between a large and a medium.
Yeah.
I want an extra medium.
Yeah, you kind of
I
want,
want an
right.
extra
Sometimes you
medium.
want right in the middle.
Right,
Some people
right.
will go to the lengths of punching
Drilling
a
new
hole,
holes.
and sometimes
It's
it
true.
can look pretty ugly.
Oh, I can. I've
Can
attempted it,
and
and it didn't
usually
work so
does.
well.
Yeah.
Don't poke your own holes, kids.
So yeah, don't poke me. My poke.
Don't try this at home.
Yep, don't try that at home. So it's nice because you get 1/4 inch adjustments. You can adjust it a teeny bit if you need a little more
Nice.
tight. If you have a huge meal, like
Right.
Thanksgiving meal, let out just a little bit, and you can do it without
Subtly.
people- yeah, subtly, without people really even noticing. You don't have to
Right.
take the belt,
Nice.
I'm sold
Out.
already.
go
Yeah,
tweak it
right.
around. Yeah.
Look like you're having a
Nobody
wardrobe
knows. You can
change.
just subtly,
Yeah.
like, I could be wearing one of these right now and adjusting my belt, and you wouldn't know.
Exactly. Just hear a little click.
So
That's right.
anyway,
And then there's one other awesome thing about this belt is we sell them in one size. So they come in one size, and that's nice because you can detach the buckle from the belt and
Oh,
cut
Wow.
it to size with a good pair of
I
scissors.
see.
Reclamp
or you
the
can
buckle.
chew it
Wow.
off if you want.
Chew it out, gnaw on it a
It's
little
really
bit. if you got
easy
some
when your
sharp
teeth are a 1/4 inch apart.
That's right.
Yep.
Just pop out the ones that
Sharp
don't need.
teeth.
They are jagged too.
Yep. So then each belt is a perfect
That's
fit for
awesome. So you don't have to choose a size. You
Mhm.
just get a belt.
you. Cut it
Now,
to
do you
size.
have
Okay.
different belt buckles?
4 different
Oh,
buckle
they're right
styles,
here
and
in
those
front.
are the 4 different styles I have, and
Nice.
these leathers are black, but you can get them in light brown, dark brown, and
Okay.
black
I was
leather.
gonna say, if you have them,
Nice.
you can show them. Feel free.
Yeah. I think I got a
Feel free.
dark brown right
Oh, I
here
like
also.
that one.
Oh, that is a nice one.
I'm going to hold it up above our tent. Just, you know.
There you go.
Why don't we
in case.
fasten it around your neck and see
So-
how small it can be? Just a suggestion.
So, like, no, I was gonna ask. So, if you have one buckle, do you sell like just the belt part so you can
Current-
transition?
Currently, right now, I sell them as a set, so
Okay.
the belt and buckle together. I hope to get to the point where they can buy a belt and buy one leather and two buckles, or vice versa, kind of
Right.
interchange.
Nice.
Right.
But yeah, it's getting to that point soon. So
So my brother-in-law, Sean,
Mhm.
has a couple of these belts. He loves them because
He
they're
swears
easy
by
to
them.
adjust and they have the small adjustments. And he said he recommended it to a friend at work who bought one and loves it as well. And apparently really likes to hear the ratchet sound. When he's adjusting the belt.
Yep.
Yeah. And I was like, well, that might be too much information. I'm not sure. I don't know the guy, so I don't know.
Well, no.
But yeah, so
Well,
perfect Father's Day gift,
right.
everyone.
Father's
Perfect.
Day is coming up.
perfect.
Jared's birthday is coming
Jared's
up.
birthday is coming up. That's
Clearly,
right, at the
he
end of the
needs
month.
Something to hold up his pants, please, as a favor to me. If you need some community
The click
service
will
hours,
reassure her.
so will. It
do.
so will.
to do. All right, so Justin,
Yes.
what's your website? Where do they go to buy this stuff?
Railtechbelts.com. That's RAILTEK.
Is it right here?
Yep. Railtech Belts.
Tech.
And
Oh, it's
we
here at the
we
bottom.
will
Bottom,
put
yeah.
in a link.
Yes, we'll put it. Producer will
and
take care of that.
Facebook
Write that
it
down,
and-
producer.
Yeah, and for Father's Day, there's usually a good deal. I'm anticipating about 15% off discount.
Ooh.
So
There you go.
Discount.
Yeah.
So yeah, dads, brothers, everybody,
grandpas,
Yeah.
boyfriends,
boyfriends,
everything.
everything.
Anyone who wears pants.
Yep. You wear pants.
Now,
These are
which
good.
reminds me of a thing I did see when I was looking up belts, and maybe this was, I don't know if you sent this one to me or not, but you have the belt that's holding up the pants, and then you have the belt loops that are holding up the belt. So who's the real hero?
I've heard that one.
And of course, what did the 0 say to 8?
Nice belt.
Nice
Nice
belt.
belt. See, you can tell he's in the business.
I'm in the business.
He's in the business.
Now,
Heard that
here
one
are,
before.
I'm sure, probably a lot of
That was an
So,
old one.
right? I don't get out much, and the rest of them weren't safe for work. So what are you gonna do? Now, I
Now
do
I want to
have.
know. You have to, off camera.
Well, yeah, we'll have to do it not at work. I mean, I don't do that at work. I do that here at the studio. Anyway, okay, so I saw a bunch of different ways that you could use belts, and I want to know if you can use your belts for these things.
Okay.
Oh boy.
To
Here we-
carry your
are you
books.
ready?
A la Pinocchio,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
definitely.
right?
Yeah.
I saw one used as a bracelet.
If you cut it short enough, this
Right?
could definitely be
You
used
could
as a
totally
bracelet.
use it as a bracelet.
There you go.
I saw somebody had made a purse out of belts.
Yeah. Ooh, that would be.
I'm thinking that,
Now you know your next product.
right? Like, I don't know how you'd like
Belt
fuse
purse.
them
Belt
together,
purse,
right?
exactly.
But then they
Whole
also
new
had
market
like
for
a
you.
lawn chair with the belts used instead of the.
I just recently did a little marketing picture where I had the belts weaved in each other,
Yeah.
in and out of each other. But if you did that tight enough, and
Yeah,
it had
you
them
could sit on
lashed
it.
around like a bar, you could
Right.
easily sit.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I should make one at home for that.
Right.
You
See?
I
should.
like that.
We'll
Yeah.
link to you when you make it.
We'll use it as our guest chair.
That's right.
yeah. You're sitting in the Railtech chair.
That's right. See, wouldn't that be fancy?
I do like that idea.
Yeah.
And then, if you want to recline it, you hear the click.
The clicks. That's how you
like
know it's
it.
real
Need
tech.
a little firmness in the
There you
toes.
go.
Exactly. If only a belt could do that. Anyway,
Producer's concerned.
I'm just saying, as an alternative to surgery, whatever. Some people are concerned about stuff like that. Stop me now.
All right. Well then, that must be the cue that we need to wrap things up. Justin, thank you so much for being here
Yes,
with us
thank
today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me on.
We do like your belts. We heard the funny thing is we heard about your belts through Sean probably before you guys even met.
No, it was when we met.
Oh, it was when you met.
wasn't
Oh,
there,
I
so
thought
he
I thought it was some cosmic thing.
Oh, okay.
It,
You
it
know.
was cosmic, all right.
Some fate or something. I
Oh, it was cosmic.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, cosmic. All right. I'm Jared.
I'm Kate.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Sad that it's over? Well, it doesn't have to be.
No, it doesn't. Like or send comments so we can interact with you even after the videos are over.
Yeah, so subscribe and tell all of your friends.
Share us with everyone, please.
Sharing is caring.
All the cool kids are doing it
Do it now.
now.